When you think of the most stereotypical, strong, masculine kind of man, what images come to your mind?
Oops, another one. I'm taking out all of the hard drives.
Yeah. What you don't think of is this guy. And you might be saying that's totally fine. The world has changed so much. Men aren't that way anymore. They don't have to be. We can live in suburbia. We can live wherever we want. It doesn't matter. Men can be girls. Little disclaimer here. I'm not trying to beat up on anybody who lives in suburbia or enjoys the suburban life. I'm not saying like, you can't be a man if you live in suburbia. I mean, I'm gonna say a lot like that, but I don't think where you live really dictates who you are. But in the long list of reasons men have become sissified and girlified in our culture recently, I think that the environment in which these men live at least plays a role. Let me know what you think. Let's dive in, shall we? You look at those environments that we usually closely connect to like real men. Cowboy out on the prairie, frontiersman making his way down a path that doesn't exist in the forest somewhere. If you've never been in nature, really, like I'm not talking about a walk through the park. I am talking about, specifically for me, Truckee, California. You ever been to Truckee, California, where the Donner Party died? You even know about the Donner Party? It's okay. Unless you're from Northern California, you probably don't. If you've never been in an environment like that, it's difficult to imagine. But those environments are extremely difficult to do anything in. So when you look at like a cowboy out on the prairie, it's easy to romanticize that, but what you don't realize is how incredibly difficult just the environment was to live in. That brings me all the way, finally, to suburbia. You look at suburbia. It is built for ease and comfort. Everything's around the corner. There's no dirt. There's no mud. Everything's paved. You don't even have to go into the rain if you don't want to. You can just live in your house and then you go to your car and then you drive to work. You never have to be exposed to the elements at all. Most people choose to live in suburbia because it's easy. And that is the problem. We in general, as men, as people in today's world, look for the easy route in most situations. Life has become incredibly easy, luxurious really. We can control the weather everywhere we are. It's too hot today? That's fine. Turn the AC on. You gotta drive somewhere? That's fine, it has AC too. Good Lord, my phone will not stop buzzing and it's driving me crazy. That was an unplanned, absolute perfect example of what I'm talking about. I'm so that way too. And I'm just like, this is annoying. I'm trying to film a video. It's annoying. That's the problem. Part of the problem. We can't handle anything. Anything goes wrong in life and we're just like, I can't handle it. The AC's, like just nothing. We just come unhinged over the smallest little things. And you go back and you look at men in the old days. I'm not saying they could, I'm just saying like they were tough, and tough, I think, is needed in this country. We need strong, tough men to stand up and do something about the way the world is headed, the way our country is headed. We don't do anything though. Somebody says something offensive, we're just like, oh my gosh, like we're so emotionally, physically, mentally weak. That's why most of us haven't done anything about the way the country's gone. The AC just turned on! It is humorous how stupid, weak we are, but it's very true. And the problem with suburbia is that we look for it. We want it. We want that easy way out. If there's two ways to do a job, we'll look for the easiest one. If there's a quicker way to work where I don't have to deal with traffic, I'll take it. Life is difficult. Even if you live in suburbia, it's difficult. You get faced with it all the time. So what we've tried to do in our modern world is ease that pain of difficulty as much as we can. It's why so many people like pop music. It's happy. It feels good. I don't have to think. It's why sitcoms that are just idiotic and at a very basic level are so popular. We don't want to think. We don't want to have to deal with anything that's difficult. at all. If I can wear my pajamas all day, I will, because it's comfortable. I want to be comfortable and happy all the time. And that's the goal. And that's the problem. Rather than facing challenges like a man, saddling up, taking the bull by the horns, we just want ease and comfort. And that's what we have. And that's what Suburbia is built on. It's built to maintain a certain sense of safety and predictability. It's not real, but it feels good. And that's what we're chasing, is just to feel good all the time. But what we need and what it takes to become a real man, the men who are farmers and cowboys and adventurers and explorers who actually did something meaningful and impactful with their lives, something that we look at and think, yeah, like I want that. We're not willing to go through it because those roads, those paths, that life was filled with difficulty. But we look at difficulty as it's bad. When life presents a situation that we can't avoid, we can't get away from, and it's really, really tough, we as people, as men especially, don't deal with that well at all. We just want to retreat. We'd rather somebody else handle it. We'd rather our wives handle it. That's fine. Women today are so much stronger than men in so many ways. Men in other countries outside the US, so many of them are vastly stronger than our men and than our boys because they've gone through stuff. They've been dealt a world that is fraught with difficulty. And we look at that as like, oh, poor them. I wish they had the easy life like we did. Anyways, pour me another bowl of Lucky Charms because I'm a 7-year-old. But the side effect of that is when life comes and it forces us to face difficulty and we can't face it. We fall apart. We don't stand up. We don't do anything about it. So when culture starts to go awry and starts to confuse what a man's supposed to be, what a woman's supposed to be, and starts to break down the fabric of the family, men are too weak to do anything about it. We'd rather just sit in our comfy recliners with our AC turned up in Suburbia where everything's fine, everything's easy, feels good. Meanwhile, the moral fabric of our culture, of our country, the family unit is being torn apart, broken into pieces. And we're told as men, no, don't stand up. Get weaker. We'll sit there in our recliners, eating a bag of chips and getting fatter by the minute, and just sit there on social media and complain, share links that other people have written about how, yeah, this country's going down, and we'll wear shirts that are all about like patriotism. And meanwhile, we get into our comfortable cars, drive back to Suburbia, and sit in comfort and ease, not willing to go through the difficulty that it'll take to actually change, to actually stand up and do something. So the problem isn't Suburbia itself. The problem is that we want the suburban lifestyle. We want the ease. We want the comfort. We don't want to deal with the difficulty. We don't want to deal with the hardships. And we can see the results of that. If you're like me, willing to change yourself drastically, go through the work, intentionally bring difficulty into your life in order to make yourself better, stronger, and hopefully closer to the way men used to be, let me know in the comments. I'm interested in those men, not the ones that'll sit and complain in their pajamas, getting fatter and lazier and weaker by the minute while they complain about the country. Anyways, that felt pretty good. It was a pretty good rant. If you like this kind of, don't run away yet. I know that you don't want to go through the difficulty of listening to the sales pitch of this video. You just want to click off and go to the next one and be like, yeah, not do anything about it. If you would like to help me, I would love to grow this channel and reach a lot more people like yourself, hopefully, that want to actually go through the difficulty of changing themselves and eventually changing this country. If that's you, I could really use your help in a multitude of ways. YouTube obviously hates this kind of content, so anything you can do to help me get the views up, share the video, comment, like it, all of those things help tremendously. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, if you like what you're watching. Also, I am trying to get to a point to where I can give more and more of my time to this type of content, I don't know what you call it. I'm trying to work on myself and better myself and share what I'm learning as much as I can and get it out to as many people as I can. I am obsessed with it and I want to do it more and more. So anything you can do, support the channel by sharing it, getting the views up. And if you have a couple extra bucks you can send towards this endeavor, You can do that through Patreon. The link is in the description below. And also I have like a membership account through YouTube. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm going to start publishing members only videos. So if you want to become a member, you do it through YouTube. Also, every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central Time, I do a live video. It's usually about an hour long. If you'd like to join in, do it. You can give me money that way too. Super chats are enabled, so you can put a little something in the tip jar during those live videos. I hate asking for money, but I just don't care anymore because this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And I know I can't do it. I can't get there without literally support from viewers like you. It's how PBS stays. It's how PBS, stayed around for so long. Are they still around? I have no idea. Anyways, I have a meeting to get to, so I gotta go. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching. Give me your money and your time, won't you?